In this lecture, we'll go over how to set up CCLink I field card in an IQR PLC and also see its inputs, outputs, and some safety IO blocks. So as you can see, we'll go back into our module configuration and open up the network module on the right side and find the I field card, drag and drop it, and we'll do a save on it, which should bring the card in the system parameter tree. So I'll give it a second, say OK, and okay, it's added down in the tree at 0B0 head address. So from here, what we need to do is we double click on it. That would open up a window where you can see stuff for your card. So you see it's set up for local station. We'll make it a master. This is similar to CCLink, where local is a station which would talk to master, and if you're making it a master, it would talk to other local devices on the network. So we'll make this a master. It should rearrange a few things for you. We'll leave it to network 1, station was 0. Usually master is always 0. So this thing is similar to CC-Link, where master is 0, station number 0. Now we'll go to the basic settings, click on network configuration, and we'll open that thing up. This is where you would set up, you'll add your cards. You can add inputs, outputs, safety. You can even add specialty cards if you want and need it. So this is similar to CC-Link that we had seen in the last lecture. We'll bring this window up, find out digital inputs. I'll pick up like a 16D, which is a 16-point input card. Drop it, go to basic digital outputs, pick a 16 NZ2. Yep, we'll pick one of these guys. I'll also go ahead and throw some safety IO cards. So that should be under, let's see if you can find them. They are probably under, I probably can't see them. Nope, it's not under general. So since I have the general tab open, this is what the general remote IO stuff looks like. We'll try and find one. 16 DTE. Yep, there you go. That's a safety. It says safety input card. We'll drag and drop that guy here. Just for the fun of it, I'll go bring a servo amplifier. Actually, we'll do a drive because I'm more familiar with the drive. I've set a couple of them up. So we'll pick up an inverter drive. There you go. These are a couple of different flavors here. So also, as you can see, this has RX and RY, which is the networked refresh memory. You have RX, RY. WW is write words and read words. So we'll close with reflective settings. Now we go to the refresh area. Before we do that, let's check to see where CC-Link was mapped, because we did map it before. I want to do an apply. And let's try and do a build so we can get past all the exclamation marks and fix it. There you go. Okay, let's go to CC-Link, make sure where we set the refresh for that guy. If I go back, link refresh, I thought we had it set up. Well, we'll have to find out where it's at. So anyways, we'll get back to that in a minute, but now we go to refresh. We'll do RX, RY, and we'll do RW and WW. We'll basically do anything in here that starts with 0 address and goes down to, let's say, 10F. I'll do 10F. Okay, so that means 272 X and Y's, and we'll do 96 W's would get registered into specify device. We can do that on all of them. It's pretty similar to what you do in CCLink. There is not a lot of difference, except this one is on Ethernet while CCLink is on a special cable. So I like X and Y to be on X and Y, and I like the W's on W. So now we'll make that go away. Here's what I'm gonna do. We'll do on 1,000 here for this thing, 1,000, and W could be 2,000 and 3,000. Okay, that's how we have our X and Y. We'll check it to make sure. So that is outside of the range. So what we'll do is we'll do let's do 200 and 300. I don't think it matters since we are trying to set up a program. Hopefully it doesn't come back with an error now. It did not, so that's good. We apply it and close this window. And let's go back to this real quick. And if you go back again to network settings, now you should see a refresh IO in the for each card. So as you can see, that's a 16-point input. It occupies 16 points from X1000 and Y1000, and these are the W's it's going to occupy. Then if you go further down, we have 16 point for the output. Then we have 80 points for safety input output, which is going to be in Y120 and X120. And then the drive would occupy 64 points for XY and 128 points for W. So we have W31C and W21C. Yeah, I think we have less W's. We'll have to go add more W's into this. So we go back to the refresh. I would do 7F, and I would have to do, actually I would have to do 10F so it can store more. There you go. That is up to 30F, so we'll do 400 up to 50F. So that should be okay. We do check apply. We go back to our network refresh. Make sure we have 128 W's. And now we do. There you go. So the points in parentheses should match the point it occupies. If it don't, it should error out, but I don't know, there's something up with the software, I guess. So we'll close with the reflective settings and we'll check it. Everything looks okay. Nothing crazy here. You can give it an IP address. I usually leave all that blank. I don't give it an IP. We'll leave it where it's at. Now, that's about it as far as setting up the CCLink I field. Now we'll go and see how do you set up the safety card that we brought in there and some other stuff. Well, I just realized we had ROH CPU and not a safety CPU. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and delete the safety card, and I'll do a separate lecture where I would just show how to add a safety PLC and safety card. So let's go back to this. We'll delete the last card that we added, or station 3 card. Everything should offset, and we'll check it. I don't think it should have any errors here, and we'll double click on it, make sure our IO is mapped properly, and yes it is. So everything else should be fine. So yeah, I'm sorry about that. I didn't realize that we didn't have a safety PLC. Now, as far as accessing that IO, it again comes in the address where you put up there. Now I'll show you a little tool that Mitsubishi has where you can see where that IO is. So if you go to this, and it is probably under device. Yeah, if you open up device assignment confirmation and see how it's looking at start IO number, that is basically this guy. When you click on this, we don't have any IO, but it would show up here saying, hey, these are the IOs. Now let's compile the project real quick, and I'm going to go add back IO to this so we can see it. So we'll keep it a little quick, details, and I'll add like an input card and output card. Okay, we'll go with a 16-point input card and a 16-point output card. that. Now we go to this. We apply refresh settings here. This is same as what we did on the CCLink I field. There is no difference. So we do X and we do Y. I'll put in 0, do 10F. We'll do the same thing for the X. And this one will bring it into 500 and 500. Now we can do a check. No errors found. Apply. Close that window. And now if we go to device assignment, there you go. Okay, so now you can see everything that goes into RX0 is going to show up in X500. That's my station 1. Station 1 occupies more. And this is my station 2. And if we go down here, station 2 starts at 520. And so on and so forth. Also, there are W's. So if I had assigned W's in the refresh, they would show up here in this area. So that's the one thing I didn't show up in CCLink. So yeah, that's all about CCLink and CCLink I field in Mitsubishi IQR PLC. I'll see you in the next lecture.